What's up guys, it's Tommy here and welcome to a brand new Liverpool news video where we will have the latest news on Liverpool's takeover, and also we will have a lot to talk about because Cristiano Ronaldo got sacked by Manchester United, and also the Man United owners announced that they are selling the club and why that is significantly impacting the Liverpool takeover, Liverpool sale process. I will tell you all guys all that in this video, and also we will talk about the biggest shock, one of the biggest shocks in World Cup history, Argentina losing to Saudi Arabia yesterday. It was an absolutely incredible game. But first we have Sky Sports' Darmesh, who is an analyst there, and he said that Liverpool fans might be concerned about FSG's potential investment during this takeover process. And what do you think FSG will do? Let me know in the comments below. Do you think they will invest heavily in the transfer market while the takeover process goes on, or is in the process of the going through, or will they sit on their hands and not invest in the club? Because if Liverpool don't sign big players, big midfielders in the January and in the summer transfer window, we will be left behind, and FSG will not want the fan backlash, because I will be the first to call them out if we don't sign a world-class midfielder in the January transfer window, something that this squad desperately needs. But let's listen to this expert, Darmesh from Sky Sports. He said, I think two things would need to be taken into account here, and I think this is what Liverpool fans would be worried about a little bit. FSG are looking to sell or just bring in investment to compete with the likes of Man City and Newcastle. That's number one. Which one is it? And number two, while the takeover is happening, or this new investment is trying to be lured into the club, what are FSG going to do? Are they going to invest in that time, in that interim period? Because if you put yourselves in their position, if you are selling the club, it's very unlikely that you would want to go out and make big outlays on transfers. Now this is where I disagree with this expert. I think it doesn't make sense for FSG to not spend money, because you actually lower the value of the club. If Liverpool are having a disastrous season in the second half of the season, and we are not looking to qualify for the Champions League, we are not looking like a club destined to play in the Champions League next season, that lowers the valuation of the club. Why wouldn't you spend money in the January transfer window? It's not your money, it's Liverpool's money, so why wouldn't you sanction big transfers to happen? That increases the value of the club. If you bring in new players who are, bettering the playing squad, that betters your chances to finish in a higher place in the Premier League. That betters your chances to have increased revenue in next season. That inflates the value of the club. So it's a no-brainer in my opinion, because they are not spending their own money. They haven't spent their own money throughout this whole period. They are using the money that Liverpool generate to spend on transfers, and I think it's an absolute must for Liverpool to spend in the January transfer window. Of course, we are not going to spend at the same rate as Chelsea, Man United, Man City, because we aren't capable of doing that with these owners, and that's one of the main reasons why I want new owners, because I want Liverpool to compete with the likes of Chelsea, Man United and Man City, and Liverpool spent £500 million less than these clubs in the past 9 years. It's arguable that Liverpool have probably been the only main challengers to Man City in the past 4 years, and so far they had a pretty poor season by their own standards, but that's probably why, that's the main reason why, is because Liverpool aren't run as a club who are desperate to spend money in every transfer window, and Liverpool thought, and maybe Jurgen Klopp to a lesser extent also thought, that it's fine not to sign a world-class midfielder in the summer, and that has massively backfired this season. And now we have to talk about the Manchester United takeover, Manchester United sale, because it directly affects the Liverpool takeover as well, and I will explain why. But first, there has been no communication after Ronaldo gave the interview, that infamous interview with Piers Morgan, between Ronaldo and Eric Ten Hag. They haven't communicated, but Erik Ten Hag made it clear he wants nothing to do with Ronaldo. He won't play another minute under him as long as he is Man United manager. And then yesterday Man United announced and Ronaldo announced that they mutually terminated their Ronaldo's contract. Man United wanted and Ronaldo wanted a contract termination done before Portugal's World Cup opening game, and once it was relayed Ronaldo wouldn't contest the lack of payoff. Termination was quick and routine, and Ronaldo basically just said, you don't need to pay me the rest of my salary, I have enough money, I just want to move on. And the Man United owners, after probably seeing Chelsea being sold and Liverpool in the process of being sold, they have put the club up for sale, and Manchester United confirmed that basically they want the full sale of the club. And Rain Group, who oversaw the Chelsea sale, is acting as Man United's exclusive financial advisor. And this is very significant because the Glazers, like FSG at Liverpool, saw the Chelsea sale and realized there was a strong range of suitors with an appetite to buy a Premier League club for billions of pounds. FSG and the Glazers seemingly feel now is the right time for investment or to sell, especially knowing the Super League is unlikely to return and remains strongly opposed by football fans. Manchester United are not guaranteeing a sale, but Rain Group certainly know how to get a sale done. This feels like another process designed by Americans for Americans. Jim Ratcliffe will be linked and other parties as well, but why it is problematic for Liverpool is it's many ways it's Manchester United against Liverpool, potentially talking to the same investors, potentially competing for the same investors, because the same investor groups will be interested in both Manchester United and Liverpool, two giant Premier League clubs up for sale at the same time together. That's very unique and it's going to be very fascinating, and I will keep you guys up to date on this channel. So if you enjoyed these videos, leave a like, subscribe if you are new around here, don't forget to turn on the bell notifications so you never miss the latest updates around Liverpool FC, my favorite club. And Ben Jacobs, who is a journalist with a very good sources, and he's working for the CBS Sports Golasso show, he said that Glazers will engage with offers for Man United of £4.5 billion plus, which is basically double what Chelsea sold for. That number is being used as one to fend off non-credible investors or suitors with the belief they will get a lot more, especially with a high volume of interest. The Glazers have always felt since May that Man United should be worth at least 3 times more than Chelsea. Rain sources also tell me the club is valued around £6.8 billion, despite a Forbes valuation of £3.9 billion. I think that's that's too much. I mean, I don't think that's realistic. Almost £7 billion for Man United. I mean, that's I think a little bit too steep. But they of course will want to ask for as much money as possible. They will want to get as much money for Manchester United as it's humanly possible. And I think this complicates the Liverpool sale as well, because Liverpool would want to get the sale done as soon as possible. But maybe FSG will also switch strategies. Maybe they will see how much Man United are selling for, and maybe they will try to match that number and ask for the same amount from potential investors. But I think because Man United are listed at the stock market, they have legal obligations and laws of how the takeover and how the sale process has to go. Because Liverpool FC are not listed on the stock market, on the New York Stock Exchange, the owners can decide their own timeline of how they want this Liverpool sale to proceed. But we don't want to see a takeover process dragged out for months or years, because that would be at the detriment of the football team. Uncertainty is never good in football. You want certainty, you want stability, and that's what we have with Jurgen Klopp having a long contract, and that's what we have with a lot of players signing a new contract as well. And Liverpool want this takeover sale to go as fast as possible. In my opinion, that would benefit the football club, but we don't know what FSG will try to do. And this, of course, complicates the process, because the investors who were interested in Liverpool, maybe they will turn their attention to Man United, and maybe they would want to buy Man United. The fact that the Glazers ask for significantly more money than Liverpool, I think if you have around 4 billion pounds, you would want to buy Liverpool, because it has even more potential than Man United. And Man United would be a lot more, or maybe 1.5 billion more than Liverpool's asking price. But we will see how this sale or takeover process goes. And according to Football Insider, Liverpool are closely monitoring West Ham star Declan Rice and how he reacts to big game pressure at the World Cup. And the Merseyside are in the market for a marquee signing going into next year. But Declan Rice's England teammate Jude Bellingham is also a top target, but Liverpool also have a strong interest in Declan Rice amid the likelihood there will be slightly less elite club competition for his signature. Yeah, that's true. Declan Rice wouldn't cost 100 million or 100 million plus. And also what's very interesting is Aurelien Tchouameni, for the first time after signing for Real Madrid, he revealed that he actually talked to Liverpool first. He said, Liverpool came forward first for my signature, but my choice was made once Real Madrid appeared on the scene, which is very interesting. The first club to show interest in me was Liverpool, Tchouameni said. There were discussions, but as soon as Real Madrid entered the discussion, my mind was made up. I didn't hesitate for a second. I told my agent, bring me to Real Madrid. Real Madrid are the biggest club in the world, and it was Real Madrid and not another club. It's the biggest club. I told my agent, as long as there is interest from Real Madrid, we will do everything to go there. I was already sure. Paris Saint-Germain showed up. My choice was already made, even if I was happy to be approached by PSG and also by Liverpool. Liverpool really tried to sign Tchouameni, but that's what I don't understand. We tried to sign Tchouameni, we tried to sign Bellingham last summer. They were not available. Why not sign another great midfielder who is maybe not as good as Bellingham, not as good as Tchouameni? Those players are very rare and they cost around 100 million. But why not sign another midfielder in the summer instead of going for Arthur on loan, who is an injury-prone player and he's nowhere near the quality of Tchouameni or Bellingham. Fabrizio Romano also said that Liverpool's plan is to focus on signing a new midfielder. They want the top midfielder for next summer, the summer of 23. They wanted Tchouameni last summer. He had some conversations with Jurgen Klopp. So Liverpool was really trying for Tchouameni, but then in the end he decided to join Real Madrid. I see Liverpool busy with conversations right now to sign a top midfielder next summer. So this is the idea, this is the strategy, and of course they are a big fan of Jude Bellingham. There will be a crazy fight to sign Bellingham because he wasn't available last summer on the market, and Borussia Dortmund kept him at the club. I forgot to talk about the Argentina-Saudi Arabia game. So what an amazing defensive performance it was from Saudi Arabia. They defended with a very high line, and they kept setting offside traps for Argentina. Argentina had more offsides than previous lot of games that they played, and they were also 36 games unbeaten. And after they scored the 1-0, they kept running offside. They scored 3 more goals which were ruled out for offside. I think there was the Lautaro Martinez chip, which was on the naked eye, it looked onside. So that was a very 50-50 decision. I would let those goals stand, because I would favor the attacking team when it looks like it's level. It was marginal by millimeters. Maybe Lautaro Martinez was offside, if he was offside indeed. Because Argentina didn't score 2-0, they still felt very comfortable in the game. They were in the mindset, we will just score the second goal in the second half and win this game easily. And then when Saudi Arabia scored a goal out of nothing with their first shot of the game, Argentina completely collapsed mentally. I don't know why. They just couldn't recover, because after that, a few minutes later, Saudi Arabia scored an absolute worldie Messi would be proud of, with a right foot curling effort into the top corner. And after that, of course, Argentina tried to bake Saudi Arabia drown, but they condensed the middle. They put a lot of midfielders in the middle of the park, so Argentina had to go wide, but they didn't have enough players in wide areas. They didn't have enough overlapping fullbacks to help Angel Di Maria and the player on the other side. And Argentina had some chances in the second half. There was a ball cleared off the line, but Saudi Arabia defended heroically, and what a shock to start the World Cup for Argentina. But luckily for them, the other game in the group ended in a 0-0 draw between Mexico and Poland. Lewandowski missed the penalty, but otherwise Mexico were much the better team and they should have scored, but they couldn't. So it was a perfect result for Argentina, because now if they win their next game, they are good to go to qualify from the group stage. They still need, I think, 6 points to qualify from the group stage. 4 points might be enough, and now Saudi Arabia have one hell of a chance to qualify from that group. They just need to win one more game out of their last 2 games, and then they are through, which would be absolutely amazing, because this was only Saudi Arabia's 4th victory in World Cup history. Can you believe it or not? They have won 3 games in their World Cup history before this game, and they beat Argentina with the odds of 23, and Argentina had the odds of 1.1 for an Argentina win. Absolutely crazy. Thanks for watching, guys. Hope you enjoyed this. Have a nice day. See you later. Good night.